and I'd like to thank a few people for their kind assistance. Mike Hanson in Canada, thank you very much, Mike, for your contribution, and I'm sorry I couldn't resolve the issue you had. Maybe we can sort something out in the future. Matthew Ricketts and Gary McGowan, thank you very much. And we'll move on to this little project here. And I hope you enjoy this one, something a little bit different, a bit of nostalgia for many. This is a Naim Audio. It's a preamplifier. Those that already know about them will understand this is the NAC 12N, the serial number 0276, and BNC phono connections. So what I'm doing here is I've got a chap friend, if you like, has asked me to have a look at this because he wants to sell it. It's been stuck under the wardrobe for 20 years, lots of years, not used, a bit grubby in places. So we're just going to take the top off of this and have a look. We'll still have a look, see what's going on inside. I've done a few of these over the years. Let me get my little pot. Where's my little pot? Can't find it. I've had to clean up a little pot to keep me screws safe, but we'll give that a miss. So this is would have been made way back 70s, mid 70s, I believe, something like that. I think the gentleman that owns it said he bought it in 1980, but it was 10 years old then. And it's just some aluminium sheets with some holes drilled and countersunk, and some, depends what brackets they've used. Let's have a look. Bing, there we go. Yeah, oh dear. So this foam is buggered, completely corroded. This foam, as you can see, was used to keep the daughter boards, printed circuit boards. You got two line stage outs. I think that's a buffer. Yeah, that's a buffer. Pair of buffers and two phono cards. Oh dear, it's all stuck. Yeah. So this needs a serious bit of looking at, really. But these boards are held in some strange pins. I don't know if you can see that. Then they've got corresponding teeth on the motherboard down here. So you've got a motherboard, you've got a D-thump. This on the board here, this circuit is a D-thump with a relay which stops things, nasty things happening to your speakers. But I don't know if you can see this. That foam, the foam, will it focus? Looks to me bear with me whilst I get this in focus, because this is interesting. Sort of, anyway, to me. Auto focus, it says. Come back down here. The track, the foam has actually attacked the copper track along here. Let's have a look at another one. This is one of the phono cards. And I don't know whether that's lifted, that it doesn't look like, it's actually lifted the copper in places. I don't know if you can see this. In places it has lifted the copper off the substrate, so I have to repair this to make it work. And the board number is at NA111. So the first incarnation of the 321 line stage that Naim ever produced. I don't think it's the moving magnet stage that they ever produced, and I don't think it's changed much over the years, but these tants and probably these capacitors will need changing, and of course it needs a damn good clean. So that's the task at hand. It looks like it's lifted that foam is. Let me get it there. You can't even, you go and try and pick it up, it collapses in your fingers. That one's not too bad. This is an NA114, which is a buffer stage, left and right obviously. These, the 3-2, what I knew as a 321, this is what they call a N112. So a bit of history there. And again, probably these tants, I'm going to change these anyway, and I will change these out as well. But in the meantime, I will give them a damn good clean and clean this box out. Give the switches a damn good clean, and the volume pots, balance, volume. Looking at this, we have got this. I don't believe this has been modified by someone. This is a modern Pro type connection, DIN connection, but originally, as you can see, it should have had three connections across the top here, and somebody's pumped another one in there. Somebody hit the door. I'll be back. So the first thing to do is to get this off. Luckily, I mean, it's just fallen to bits, but lucky it's coming off in one go. So I'll just dispose of that in my bin. Just bear with me, I'll get rid of that lot. Oh, it feels disgusting. Anyway, we'll move on and give this a squirt down. Let's see how this comes up. Remember, this is on the inside. With a bit of alcohol. It's not come up too bad. There's a little bit, few knocks and chips, but not surprising. You could go the whole hog if you wanted and respray all this. I'm not going to. I haven't spoken to the owner, but to try and recoup some money, it won't be a lot. I don't know how much these go for. £100, 150 quid, something like that, maybe 200. So that's that bit cleaned up. That's the back, that's the front. So the boards go down there. I'm going to use some some modern foam which will hold the boards in. This is the same stuff they use around speaker surrounds. That's all it is. But I think it's more in keeping with what we need to do. So that bit of foam was from there to there. So I'm just going to cut that off there. Peel the backing off. I'm hoping this is going to be thick enough, and I'm just going to stick this there where the old one was, something like that. Doesn't have to be excessively accurate. We're going to have another piece of that down here. I'm going to do a little test. We'll stick a couple of boards in, excuse me. Put them in the right way around. That one doesn't belong there, that belongs there. That one belongs there. This one's going to go in here. Right, we're just going to offer this up and see if it makes an indentation. Nothing. So what that calls for is another layer of foam. Or have I got something else that might be much better? I might have something else that will be much better. Bear with me. Yes. Or is it too much? This is 3M flooring. Only but try. I was just looking at the thickness of what came out. And I can readily remove this if necessary, so let's put that down there. If the lid doesn't go on, it's too thick. Oh, I'm going to say that that bit of 3M is perfect, absolutely perfect. You can see the two indentations. So I'm just going to leave that. There's a little bit of stickiness there I want to get rid of. I'm going to leave that as is. And that's going to, so that's that task completed already. Then I've got to move on and do lots of other tasks. And I haven't got much time because there's no money in this. This is just a favour, really. I should have said, no, sorry mate, it's crap. It's knackered. It's not worth the effort. Spares or repairs. But historically, people do like this stuff. So my first job is to attack these boards just to see. I've just spoken to the owner, and he said don't waste any money on it because it's not worth anything. But I'm just going to try and clean this with a bit of alcohol just to see if it is worth a go. If it's not, it'll be going on eBay as a spares or repairs or whatever, but we'll see. You know, just knock that back a bit. That's what I'm using, a bit of isopropyl so that'll take all the flux, that yellowy flux off as well. Actually, it's come out not too bad really. Get a different brush on it. This is what I call a suede brush. I'm going to just a bit more aggressive cleaning to get all that debris off. I'm interested to see going to run out of battery in a minute. We just give that a, it's pretty stubborn, that bit there. Let's see if it has just corroded that beyond belief. Let's just try. Put a meter on here, continuity check on these tracks. We're just going to go from there. No, the track's okay. That track across the top, although tarnished, it looks okay. This one we might be lucky. No, we're fine. We're fine. So that's good, isn't it? The owner has said don't spend any money on them. So I'm not going to spend any more time on them. I'm just going to give these boards a clean. Here they are. And somebody with some requisite DIY skills can make these much better. I was going to put them in my sonic. I've got a sonic cleaner here, a sonic bath. I was going to drop them in there. But sorry, I'm concentrating. But as I say, the owner said don't bother, don't spend any more money on them. On it, he said I hasn't used it, but it might be okay as a collector's item for somebody. And you can see this yellow staining, which is the flux off the original solder, and with a bit of isopropyl. Not that it does any damage, it's just unsightly. I believe it's unsightly, so I'm just going to give them a damn good going like that. And there it is, gone. Probably built by the hand of Mr. Verica himself. I haven't looked for a signature on the motherboard for this thing, but I believe back in the day he used to build all his own stuff. So let's do some continuity checking on these. So I'm worried about that track at the top. That's fine. It's fine. one's fine, that one's fine, so everything's fine. Let them, put them over there, let them dry out. I am going to take this outside and give it a blow, so I shall be back shortly. So I've just taken this outside, given it a good blow and a hoover to get all the debris off. I was just giving this switches, just giving the switches a damn good going over with that. Some people like it, some people don't. There's lots of people that don't. I don't know why. I've been using it for 10 years, seems fine. A bit of alcohol on the bottom here. Let's get some fingerprints off. Pissing down the rain, heaving it down. Okay, so these boards are all going back in, unserviced. There we go, that's the way it is. One, these are the two phono boards. These are the two buffers, sorry, the line stages. It's an NA112. Very early. There's a 5 or 6 variants thereafter. They take a bit of lining up, you just can't. Where does that one go in there? That one goes in there. The spacing of the pins will only allow the correct board to go in the correct slot. So there you have it. Actually bent. This has been dropped. Well, see this corner, there's a huge, I don't think that was done in transit. In actual fact, I think that's how it come out of the factory, because if we look inside here, I don't know if you can see it, none of this is distorted. The holes, I think the holes are screwed in the wrong place. But anyway, not my problem. There we go, lovely. So I'm just going to crack on and put these screws back. Oh, don't lose that screw, don't lose that screw. One 12N. I wonder if it will work. We'll find out later. So I've just cobbled this 12N together with a power supply and some leads. Got a nice LED on the front, and indeed, hang on a minute. I'm going. So it is working. Very nice.